Hello from the land of TV. This is King Cool, and welcome to the Toast Reviews. For those of you who do not know how this works, I have just watched a movie, and I've got some toast, and I'm going to make me that toast and talk about the movie before the toast is done. And if it burns, I have to eat it or something. Today, in the toaster, we have a garlic bagel with these little garlic things on top. I actually bought this bagel yesterday, and it's been sitting in the fridge, and it's kind of hard. It's not super stale like one bagel. It's just, oh god, that was just inedibly stale. But I might not end up eating it, in fact, because the things on top are sticky. But my brother got a really bad garlic bagel once, and I want to see if they're all bad or if it's just that one. Today we're going to be talking about Groundhog Day, as you can probably tell by the date that this goes up. This is, what's the date today? It's the 11th of January. I'm just going to jog this one way forward because I just watched Groundhog Day because it was on my queue. But I'm going to put it up on near Groundhog Day. So it'd be like I'm talking to you from the future or the past or one of those things. Anyway, less rambling, more talking. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think it's the sign of it that you're watching a really good movie when you don't have a lot of notes about it. Sometimes, like, these are my notes from Splice. You see I wrote a lot down about it. Not to say that Splice was bad because I wrote a lot of notes about it. But this is my notes from Groundhog Day. On the same piece of paper on the back. I only wrote down one thing for the entire thing. This movie is apparently edited by someone named Pembroke J. Herring, which is the most awesome name in the history of names. That's it. That's all my notes. That's all I got. You know why? Because this movie is great. And you probably have heard, oh, you know, the people talk about this movie. No, this movie is really damn good. If you don't know, for some reason, Bill Murray is a weatherman. He goes to Puxatawny, Pennsylvania, I believe it is, and has to cover Groundhog Day. And if, when he wakes up the next day, it's as if the day never happened. He's in like a time loop or something. In a way, it's slightly science fiction, but there's never any explanation to it. Like, you know, I think they try to do in Premonition, where it's like, oh, there's an explanation for it. It's like, no, he's just stuck. And this is just, I gotta say, this is really good and really funny movie. And it's funny because Bill Murray, you know, is sort of a jerk, but he's not too much of a jerk. Well, he's not really likable, even though he's, like, in the very first day when he just starts making the moves on Andy McDowell, he's just like, hey, he's sort of sardonic and sarcastic, but not really like, hey, go do this thing, I'm entitled to this or anything. He's not an asshole, not really. And you can even see just the little glimmer of yeah, you're sort of a jerk, but I like this, even at the very beginning. This is like, and it's not like most romantic comedies where the two people are just mean to one another throughout the whole thing, and then immediately decide for some reason they're in love. No, it's this is just great because there's so many times in this movie where he just goes through these periods and all right, well, I guess I'll do this now, and then that gets boring, and then I guess I'll do this now, and then that gets boring, and then this never works, and this doesn't work, and there's a lot of eventually, I guess the movie comes to the conclusion that, you know, in order to stop every day from seeming like it's the same day, you just gotta go out and do things. And, you know, I really don't know what else to say because, you know, when a movie just does everything pretty much right, I don't think there was a missed moment in this movie, a moment where I'm just like, alright, there is a chase scene in this movie, which I'm like, it wasn't law that every movie made in the 80s had to have at least one car chase. You know, I'm like, it's like, oh, if you don't have a car chase, you gotta put that in there, but it's not like that wasn't within the realm of possibilities when someone continually is trying to do new things, try to shake things up. But really, it comes down to the fact that it's like, if you want things to be different, if you don't want every day to seem like the same thing, you gotta go out there, you gotta do things, you know, you gotta do things, and this is something I sort of know. And there's just lots of moments. How done are we? I'll take that. There's lots of moments when you're watching and you look and you're like, I hope this one sticks. I really hope this one sticks. So if you can't tell, Groundhog Day is a great movie. You should see it. If you can hear me say this, you should see that movie if you have not. Yeah, it's a short review. Yeah, it's not very interesting. I'm sure there's been people who've made like big analyses and treatises as far as why they should do this. But, alright, I think that's all I got to say. If you have a suggestion of something you want me to watch, you know, if you got a good movie for me to watch, everyone's all about the bad movies. Sometimes it is good to watch a good movie. This is when you watch it and you're like, you know what, like this is why I watch movies. This is why I do this show. This is why I pay X a month for Netflix. But at any rate, thank you for watching. This is King Cool, and please drive home safe. Ugh. My brother was right. That's disgusting. Fools! I mean, hello! I am Dr. Liebaldson, and the flowers of my heart have no wrath like this. Who says meteoric rise? Tides rise. Mercury rises. And if other movie titles can be believed, hope floats. But meteors fall. They fall as the magnet I put into orbit pulls them closer. And it turns out that meteors are also not very magnetic. So that's a real shame because I spent lots of money on that. But on the plus side, this book is really good. This book right here. And I am not being paid to say that. Because I don't think he knows who I am.